Alright, what's up fellas? In this video, I'm gonna tell you exactly how I would build my bankroll back up if it dropped to $0. Now this is gonna be a very easy video for me to record because I've done this many times in my betting career. So yes, I'm a very successful sports bettor now. Yes, I have days where I win over $100,000 in sports betting now, but it wasn't always like that. Throughout the first 5 years, at least, of my betting career, I lost my money a lot. And I actually lost my entire bankroll more than one occasion, and I had to build back up from zero. So in this video, I'm gonna tell you exactly how I done it, how I would do it today with my added knowledge of my 15-year career in sports betting. And then I'm also gonna tell you how you can do it specifically. So the first thing we need to think of, right, and this is probably the most important thing, but for most people, you won't really be able to do this aspect of it. But the most important thing we have to understand is why we lost the money, right? So if we're saying that we're building a bankroll back up from zero, it implies that we lost our bankroll, right? So why did we lose it? Why did you lose? That's the first thing that you want to think of, because it may be completely different why you lost than why I lost, right? But if we do the exact same things, well, then we may make those mistakes again. The only reason we really want to know why we lost our bankroll is so we can avoid doing the same mistakes that led to us losing the bankroll in the first place. So the first thing you want to do is check if you you know if you did this or not, right? You need to have a look back on your data analysis and find out the bets that you placed that led you to losing your bankroll. Now, obviously, most people wouldn't have kept a track record of their bets, so they won't even know why they lost it, right? But if you are one of the lucky ones that was keeping a record of your bets, well, then you will be able to literally go over every bet you've placed and find the reason why you lost your bankroll in the first place. And this is going to benefit you hugely. There's going to be specific mistakes that you made along your sports betting journey that led you to losing your bankroll, right? And obviously, if you got a track record of it, you can look at those mistakes, minimize the mistakes and maximize the good things that you did, because there's still going to be some good things that you did as well, right? If you don't know why you lost your bankroll, then obviously you're just going to make the same mistakes again, right? Now, not everyone has the luxury of looking back at a record of their bets. Now, anytime I've made content, I always tell people that data analysis is very important and you need to keep a record of your bets, right? But let's just assume that you didn't do it, you lost your bankroll, and now you're watching this video, right? If you didn't keep a record of your bets and you still lost your bankroll, you're still gonna be able to dissect a few reasons as to why you lost your bankroll, right? Because you're not an idiot. You know some of the mistakes you made. You know if you was betting on your favorite team all the time and it led to you losing lots of money because your favorite team lost. You know if you was betting on your favorite fighter all the time, your favorite horse or your favorite dog or whatever it may be. You know if one night you chased your losses. You know, maybe you lost loads of bets one night and you went crazy, you chased your losses and then you lost all your bankroll. You don't need data analysis to tell you that. You know you did it. You know if you was allergic to betting underdogs, if you just bet favorites all the time, like a lot of people do, well then that may have led to you losing your bankroll as well. Because obviously everyone always bets on favorites. It's harder to get an edge on favorites in a lot of markets than it is to get on underdogs. Not every single market, not every single strategy, but for the most part, what I've seen in my career is that most people avoid betting on underdogs, but a lot of times they would actually be a lot better at betting on plus money plays. Now, of course, it's not always the case, as I've just said, but the entire point, right, of this is that without data analysis, you're still gonna be able to find out why you lost the bankroll, or at least get a better understanding of why you lost it, right? You'll still know a few things more as to why you lost the bankroll than if you just completely ignored this step and never even thought about it. So what you wanna do is get a pen and paper, write down exactly the mistakes that you made that led to you losing this bankroll, and then all of the good things that you also did that maybe led to you not losing it as quick as maybe you thought you would, or as quick as you could have, and also all of the good things you did in terms of what were the good bets you made. Because you know, you look back at the last few weeks of betting, or the last few weeks of the football game or the tennis game or the MMA fights or whatever sport you bet on, you look back, you find out what bets you made. You remember, okay, I made a bet on this team. What bets were good, what bets were bad. You list it down, you read it, and then you come up with some analysis on the mistakes you made and the good things you did. That's step one, right? And it's the most important step. We need to know why we lost it to avoid making those mistakes in the future. So once you've done that step, now we go to step two. Step two is very simple. This is a very practical step, right? Step one was practical, but this is extremely basic. It's probably the information you came here for, right? So we need money. We've lost our bankroll, we got $0. We don't magically get $0 from thin air. We don't magically add to our bankroll from thin air, so we need money, right? So what we do is we take money from job. Now, I don't know where you get your money from. Most people in life get their money from a job. Maybe you get your money from other sources. Maybe you're a criminal. Maybe you do what, I don't know. I don't give a shit. All I know is that we need to get money. Most people get it from a job. So what you want to do is getting your money from a job and putting it into your bankroll. So taking a portion of that money and investing it into sports betting. I don't know how big you want to go, right? I don't know how big a portion of money you want to take and put into your sports betting account. It completely depends on how much money you can afford, right? What I would say though is try to put the maximum amount of money possible, because we want to earn as much money possible from sports betting, right? If we're doing $1 bets, we ain't going to earn that much money. If we're doing $50 bets, we're going to earn a lot more, right? So the moral of the story, try and put as much money as possible into your betting account. Now this is a bit of the secret sauce, right? This is still step 2, but it's point 2 in step 2, which is keep adding. AKA keep adding money to your bankroll. This is something that a lot of gamblers don't really understand that you're meant to do, right? Now, when you first add money to your bankroll, you may only have $500. You may only have $1,000. It depends how much money you've got saved up. It depends on your income from your job. It depends on how much money you make outside of your job, whatever it may be, right? You might not have a lot of money to put into your betting account. But most people think you just get one sum of money, put it into your betting account, and never add to it again. This is incorrect. This is a very slow way of making money from sports betting. If you know you have an edge, which is a whole nother conversation, right? But we're actually going to get onto that in point 3. I've written it down here. We'll get onto that in a minute, right? But basically, if you know that you can earn money from sports betting, then you should have no qualms about putting tons of money in your sports betting account and keep adding to it as you go along. Anytime you get money from your job, anytime you get a paycheck, or anytime you get money from any other source, let's say you sell your TV because you don't need it anymore and you don't want a TV in your front room or your living room or whatever it may be, you get some money. Instead of saving that money, you ain't doing anything in the bank, 1% a year, put it into your sports betting account. If you know you can make money from sports betting, then put it into your sports betting account. If you can't make money from sports betting, you shouldn't be betting in the first place, you shouldn't be watching this video. I'm going to tell you how to earn money from sports betting in a minute on the third point, but basically you want to be adding money as much as possible, because as I said, the more money you have in your bankroll, the more money you have in your sports betting account is the more money that you're going to earn from sports betting. It's not rocket science, right? So instead of just getting $1,000, putting it in there and never adding to your betting account, just trying to increase your bankroll by betting and betting and betting, which is going to take a long time if you have a very small bankroll to start off with. Just keep adding to your bankroll, keep adding, which means you can place bigger bets, and your bankroll and your money that you earn from sports betting is going to compound way faster than if you just one time added one lump of money into it and never added again. When I was trying to grow my bankroll, right, and I did this many times, I just kept adding money into it. Anytime I got a bit of money, I just add more into it. I didn't care that I was depositing more, because people get allergic to depositing, right? They only deposit when they have to. Oh no, I still got £10 in my bank account. I don't need to deposit any more into it. No, just don't worry about that. Just deposit as much as possible so your bankroll can be as fat as possible so you can earn more money in the long term. I don't mind depositing into my account. I hate withdrawing, because I know once I withdraw, 9 times out of 10, that means that account is useless now. I've ran it to the ground, they've banned me, now I'm withdrawing a massive amount of money. So I only really withdraw like once. I mean, obviously I have to withdraw more than that because I do use money for my personal life. I do use money for when I go on holidays, when on trips and stuff. But for the most part, I don't really have any qualms about depositing money. When I withdraw money, that's kind of a red flag to me, because I know that the sports books get alerted when you withdraw money. And on top of that, withdrawing money for me mainly means that betting account is kind of useless now. So basically, don't be allergic to depositing, right? It's fine to deposit more money as long as you keep track of it. Like I said, data analysis, as long as you're keeping track of it and you know that you're depositing because you want your bankroll fatter and you're actually winning from sports betting, then it doesn't matter. If you're winning from sports betting, your bankroll is always going to be more than your deposit, so it doesn't matter. It's literally just like putting it into a bank account. Instead, you're putting it into a betting account. Your betting account is actually working for you, whereas your bank account is useless and it gets 1% a year max or something like that. So that's step number 2, right? Any money you get from your job or any savings you have, add the maximum amount of that money possible once you've paid for your rent and your bills and all of that rubbish to your betting accounts. And then, this is the golden secret that no one tells you, keep adding to that betting account as much as possible. Now, the third step is, I don't want to say the most important step because I've kind of already said that at the start, But the third step is extremely important. If you ain't doing this third step, then there's no point in doing the first two steps, right? That's the big difference about this third step, right? Because you can do the second step and the third step without doing the first step, right? But if you don't do this, it's not even this one here, it's this here. If you don't do this third step, right, then it doesn't even matter. You basically should just not bet at all. You shouldn't even be a gambler if you don't do this third step. So I'm gonna write exactly what this third step down is right now. So plus EV, that's what it says, guys. That's a plus sign, that's an E, and that's a V. For those of you who cannot read shit handwriting, I don't blame you, right? Plus EV, guys. Plus EV. That means positive expected value. That means you need to be placing positive expected value bets. That means the only bets that you make from here on forth, and this is also you don't lose your bankroll again, the only bets that you place from here on forth are bets that are more likely to win than the sportsbook's odds are suggesting that they win. So, long story short, guys, every single odds set that you bet on, whether that be $2.10, $2.50, plus 150, plus 110, plus 200, minus 150, every single odds set, every single range of odds has an implied win probability behind that odds. In other words, like an alter ego. Plus 100 doesn't actually mean plus 100. It means that that selection, whatever the plus 100 is representing, is going to win 50% of the time. Now, if you don't know this, it's fine. A lot of people do not know this. You will notice if you're a seasoned gambler or if you're a gambler who actually pays attention to things and tries to learn. But if you don't know this, it's completely fine. I have a video on my YouTube channel right now. You can go and watch it that explains in depth what plus EV betting is and how you can always place bets that make sure that you win in the long run. This is an extremely important video, and like I said, if you don't bet like this, if you don't bet with that betting strategy that I explained in that video, then you ain't gonna earn money from sports betting long term. So you might as well just stop doing it, right? So there's a video on my channel right now, like I already said, it's called How to Always Win Sports Betting. Go to my channel, watch that video, and for free, I explain to you the only bets that are going to make you a profit from sports betting. So you need to be placing those bets, right? And step 3 also has like a 0.2 to it, like step 2 did, right? Now there's 2 things that you need to do in sports betting. I always like to simplify things because sports betting can become very complicated for the layman man, right? So what I like to do is simplify things. There's only 2 things you need to do to earn money in sports betting. That's place positive expected value bets, which again, I've got a video explaining how to do that on my channel right now. And then the other thing is get the mindset down, right? Deal with the mindset, right? Get your mindset correctly. If you are placing positive expected value bets, and if you are controlling your mindset, you're going to be a winning, successful sports bettor. That's it. There's only 2 things you need to do. Now, of course, so much goes into placing plus EV bets. I've said it on the video. So much goes into keeping the right mindset, but it really comes down to those 2 things. When I say keeping the right mindset, I mean having emotional control, having discipline, not getting too high off your wins, not getting too low off your losses, never chasing when you're in a downtrend, knowing how to deal with downtrends, understanding that they will come, understanding the timeline and internalizing the timeline and accepting it of a professional sports bettor, understanding variance, accepting variance will come and can potentially wipe you out. So you need to have the right mindset to deal with that. Like I said at the start, emotional control, that's the most important thing in sports betting, right? Because sports betting is a very emotional thing because it involves money. And a lot of people get emotional over money because you need money to live. If you have no money, you will die, literally die, meaning that when money is involved, people become emotional, right? But you as a sports bettor, you want to be doing what everyone else is doing. You want to be doing what the pros are doing. And what the pros do is they maintain emotional control. So they have a very stoic mindset when it comes to sports betting that you need to learn if you want to be profitable on sports betting. So that's basically it, right? You got to keep the right mindset. And like I said, there's many things that come under the mindset, and I will make videos on them in the future on this YouTube channel. And I have made videos on them in the past on this YouTube channel that you can go and watch right now. That is going to help you keep the right mindset, right? And then just place positive EV bets, which, as I said, you can go and watch the video on my YouTube channel and it's going to teach you how to do that. Just those 2 things are the third step and you're golden. So let's recap, right? The first thing you want to do is find out why you lost your bankroll in the first place. Whether by looking at data analysis or by just looking back at the sports results for the last year, thinking of the bad bets you made, the good bets you made, the bad things you did, like maybe you chased or maybe you bet on your favorite team, etc., etc., etc. Write all of this down on paper and then determine the main reasons for you losing your bankroll, and don't make those same mistakes moving forward. That's step one. Step two is to recreate your bankroll. You need more money, right? Get money from your job, and not only set aside some money from your job and put in your bankroll, but keep adding money to that bankroll consistently. Keep adding to it every week, every month, whatever, when you get some money, when you get paid. Keep adding to the bankroll. Try and get the bankroll as fat as possible, as fast as possible, within your means, so we can bet bigger, so we can earn more money. And number three is place positive EV bets and keep the right mindset. And that's it. You ain't ever gonna blow your bankroll again. It's not hard, guys. It's very simple, but it's not easy. That's what I should say, right? It's very simple, the steps, but it's not easy. But if you do those things that I have taught you, you will most certainly be able to build your bankroll back up from zero. And that is the exact thing that I would do if I was trying to build my bankroll back up from zero today. That's the exact thing I did when I did it in the past. But there are a few differences, there's a few things that I would do better today, but I've explained them all in this video. So good luck on building your bankroll from zero, good luck on growing your bankroll, and I'll see you in the next video. Bang.